And on the studios, my lovely people, I have the powerful Steffi Andrew. Hello, Steffi.
Hello.
There we go. Now we're talking. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
It is a pleasure to have you here, Steffi.
Thank you for asking me.
Yeah, Steffi, I know, like, you are a powerful woman. And my lovely people, you have to believe me when I say this, because she's empowering women all across the UK. And this is one of the reasons why we have you here, because we're going to bring value, right? Mm-hmm. I have a fire question for you, Steffi. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Are you sure?
I am ready.
Okay, so Steffi, many people can describe many things. However, when it comes to describing ourselves from the third point of view, many people struggle. And I want you to forgive me if that is your case. I want you, that's my first question, describe yourself as if you were the third person.
In how many words?
And just use as many as you want.
I am full of joy. I love life.
Yeah.
I am a survivor. I am an advocate for everything beautiful. Mm-hmm. I'm a nature lover. Mm-hmm. I am a mother, a friend, a daughter. I love powerful women. I love weak women. I love, not in the case of loving them, but I love everything
admiring,
about women.
Yeah.
I admire women. I admire their strength, and I describe myself as somebody who always strives for more. I'm dedicated, ambitious, shy at times, believe it or not.
Yeah.
I can be in situations.
I will come back to you with that one later.
Yeah, I think I recently learned that I'm more of an introvert than I thought I was.
Right.
In certain situations.
Right.
That's me in a nutshell.
Steffi, one thing that will describe you, or one word that you will use to describe yourself.
Loyal.
Say?
Loyal.
Loyal.
Mm-hmm.
That is a big word, Steffi. Why would you say you are loyal?
I'm very close to friends that I've been friends with most of my life.
Yeah.
My closest friendships have lasted a long, long time. 38 years.
Yeah.
36 years. In my relationships, I'm loyal. Mm-hmm. I look after my people when they look after me.
Right.
Yeah.
So you go yes with a yes and no with a no. Making a balance of loyalty.
Not always. I try to find a healthy balance.
Right. Steffi, I know you I met you through the NatWest Accelerator program. No, before. On Bristol.
Humans.
On humans, yeah.
Yeah, we met before.
Yeah, thank you for the correction, Steffi. Yeah, of course, yeah. I'm just waking up, Steffi. And I know how much pride and effort and value and love you put in what you do. But there are many people listening who don't know who you are. So I want you to start saying, what do you do? What's your business? What are your values? And if there is any relevant thing that they need to know in order to get to know you.
Uh-huh. I started my business just over 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I was always employed most of my career.
Mm-hmm.
And I love photography.
Yeah.
I love everything out in nature. I always took a phone with me. Then I had been given a camera to like play around with. I've never learned photography. I always loved photography.
Yeah.
And
so you never go to a course, university or something
never.
to get training? Oh.
No, never.
I don't know why I thought you did like a degree in photography or filming. All right.
No.
And look, your work is really good.
That's why I struggled so much with the thought of doing it professionally, because I wasn't one of the photographers that had done a degree or that learned.
Right.
And when people asked me, can you photograph my kids? Would you photograph my dog? Can you come and photograph a birthday party? Mm-hmm. I did it. not really knowing what I did at the time. Yeah, still learning the progress and things. But I never thought I could run it as a business. Never.
Yeah.
And the more and more I got into it, the more and more I was eager to find my place in photography. There wasn't really, I did everything and anything.
Yeah.
And it was my very, very good friend Naomi,
Yeah.
where she left education like I did.
Yeah.
We both left a career in education. And she runs a fantastic hair salon in Newport.
Oh, man.
And she is a solopreneur. She
Yeah.
works on her own.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
she doesn't because she grew a team.
Yeah.
But I went to her salon and photographed her at work and photographed the amazing things that she did, her brand, herself. And I walked out of there and I remember to this day I skipped back to my car. I was skipping like a little child because
you were so happy.
I was buzzing.
Yeah.
And I walked out of there and I thought, this is what I want to do. I want to help women to be seen, to be visual, to be visible online.
Right.
Like
Because
that.
you not only help, you not only take photography, but you, whilst doing the photography, you use it as a tool to help women, is it? So how does that work, Steffi?
A lot of the women that I meet have no confidence.
Right.
Or they have...
Say that again.
They have a lack of confidence.
Yeah, say that again.
When I meet them,
Mhm.
they point out what's wrong with them first.
Right.
They always say things like, oh, I hate my photo taken because I put on weight.
Mhm.
Or my hair's not right.
Low self-esteem,
Low
is it?
self-esteem.
Yeah.
Or it could be that they've got no good self-esteem. However,
Yeah.
situations and other people
Yeah.
made them lose that self-esteem.
Right.
Could be a divorce. It
Yeah.
could be that they went through cancer,
Some
through
experiences.
menopause, anything.
Yeah.
And I made it my mission to give it back to them.
Right.
So I don't just do business photography, I do makeovers,
Mhm.
where I've got a wonderful hair and makeup artist and stylist from Newport called Beth Price.
Mhm.
She works really close with me and
Yeah.
she comes on board and we not
Do something.
overly do them up.
Do
but
magic.
We do magic.
Yeah.
We just enhance their features. We make them feel good.
Yeah.
They get a glass of bubbly or not if they don't drink. I bring lunch in
Mhm.
and I've got a really good collaboration with Goose Island, a clothing brand in Swansea.
Right.
And I've got a rack of clothes that I get from their Cowbridge boutique, bring it in so people don't have to invest in their own clothing.
Yeah.
And women love it. They love
I
doing
bet.
something for themselves.
We love being in front of the camera when we feel good.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? So if you're talking to me that you're going to pamper me and make me this queen that I know I am, of course I'm going to be, jumping on the call.
Yeah.
Because, you have an amazing idea here, especially for those women who don't necessarily feel beautiful.
Yeah.
Because that's like a breakthrough, isn't it? Because many people will feel ugly, and I'm even sad of using this word, because they still don't recognize that there is beauty amongst themselves.
I agree with you. I had a client in London, wonderful, beautiful woman,
Mm-hmm.
fantastic business.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know her past. We never talked about it.
Yeah.
But after I photographed her, she messaged me on Facebook Messenger and she said, I just want to give you the biggest thank you. You gave me back my spark after 10 years
man.
of not liking myself.
Yeah.
That was huge.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I remember getting the message and it made me a bit tearful because I
Mhm.
thought, why don't you like yourself? You are fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But there were circumstances behind that thought, why she didn't like herself, you know? And it was just so wonderful to read that a 1 hour photo shoot made her feel empowered. She posted the images everywhere for her business. She had more attraction to her business because she had more confidence
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah.
You know, lots
That
of
is
people shy away.
significant. That is significant.
Mm.
So, Steffi, when do you know, like for sure, that you wanted to go solo entrepreneur?
Pretty quickly after that shoot with Naomi in the salon.
After you saw your friend doing what she loves, it was like contagious for you, isn't it?
Passion. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do
absolutely.
you do after them?
I quit my long-term corporate career
Oh man, here we go.
during the pandemic,
Oh gosh.
where other people gave up.
Yeah.
their career or their business. I started one during the pandemic. I remember ringing HR
Right.
and telling them that I'm leaving, and
Oh
they said to me, "Are you crazy?"
Are you mental? Because it's the pandemic, isn't it?
And I said, "I might."
Everybody
be.
was closing, and you that have your job. You
Yeah.
leaving? Are you mental?
Yeah. And
Right.
it was a scary thought, you know. I gave up a good salary.
Hmm.
I gave up the certainty in your life that
Yeah.
you always got a job. I had a good job,
Yeah.
and I just wanted to follow my heart, and I did.
And it's funny that you mentioned this. Let's talk a little bit about the pandemic and how we felt. Because I know there are many people that are watching this either in YouTube or listening on the radio show. They are agreeing with the things that you went through. Because here's the thing, the pandemic seems to be like something very negative, right? Probably it was negative for many people. However, for me, I see it like a wake-up call. It is like, okay, you have a veil, now it's ripped off.
Yeah.
And then many people started blooming with ideas of business and feeling like if there is some shame that fell off the shoulders.
Yeah.
Is that how you felt?
Not in every way.
Yeah.
There were quite a few things I struggled with. My
Yeah.
wedding got cancelled 3 weeks before our wedding because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
So that was tough.
Yeah.
I couldn't see my family for a long, long time. All my family's in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
So that was tough.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot about the pandemic did me good.
Mm-hmm.
It made, it made me stop. I was always
Stop and think,
on the
isn't
go,
it? Yeah.
always stuck in traffic, always going from A to Z.
Yeah, yeah.
And it made me think, slow down, think about where I want to be, what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoyed the whole process of finding myself.
Yeah, it was challenging, but then the result of it,
Yeah.
the result when we got out of it, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Made us love the experience.
Hmm.
Because here's the thing, like one challenge will give you either skills, experiences, or wisdom. Which, if you think about them, they are somehow the same thing. Because skills and wisdom and experiences will always take you to the next step, to the next level. You just have to use them. And it's something so negative, but which brought to the table something so life-changing.
Totally.
And that happened. That's why I wanted to talk to you, to see whether you felt the same thing, because that happened to many people around the earth who before were in the rushing hours 24/7, who didn't know that they were capable of achieving way more because they were stuck on the traffic of light, of the life, on their own anxious thoughts, anxious backgrounds, their work, kids, at school, university, you name it. We all have something different. However, out of so many challenging situations, we got what we call life.
Yeah. There's this quite significant thing that inspired me to do.
Yeah.
We come to one part of that later, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm a bit of an explorer.
Yeah.
I love exploring the world. I love going out, finding things in nature. Nature is what healed my mental health.
Yeah.
And during the pandemic, when I had time to be in nature and it was quiet, people didn't go out.
Yeah. No.
And lots of people struggled with that, where I was thriving in nature.
Yeah.
I went to find waterfalls in the Brecon Beacons. And all sorts of things, because that's where I live. So it was easy for me to go out and experience that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not everyone was that fortunate.
Yeah,
Some
no.
people lived in the city and they couldn't go anywhere. So it's very different for me. However, for me, that emphasized my big dream of exploring the world and photographing the world and bringing that beauty back to people. And 2 years later, I just got back from Africa. That's exactly what I did.
We gotta talk about that, Steffi. Talk to me about your trip on Africa. Let's take like 2 or 3 minutes to start that conversation. How do you get to go to Africa? I mean, Steffi, we're talking that we are in the UK, right? How do you get that gig?
I was in London at a summer conference with a network that I'm part of, a fantastic network. And the owner and founder of an African charity called Africa's Gift, the wonderful Ken Dunn, he walked into the bar where I was sitting. I was really poorly at the time. I had a chest infection. So I was sipping my lemon tea and he joined me on the sofa and we had a chat.
Yeah.
And he told me all about his incredible work that he's doing over there.
Yeah.
And I jokingly said, one day I'll go with you and photograph your mission. And 2 weeks later, he emailed me and said, were you serious?
Oh.
And I said, yes, I was. Never thought it would happen, but it did. And it took 6 months and I went.
Oh, wow. Describe for us your experience of photographing, that experience on Africa.
Life-changing.
Yeah.
Absolutely life-changing. I cried every day. Good tears.
I thought it was a good thing.
It was a very good thing.
Tears, okay.
It's a very emotional experience to experience a culture that is not as fortunate as we are.
Yeah, but then it still be that happy because they are happy people.
Joyful, happy.
Grateful.
I met the most amazing people that welcomed us with open arms, and they barely have anything over there, barely have anything. But they don't always strive for better, bigger, like we do.
Yeah.
I went into a preschool in Lesotho.
Yeah.
Little 3-4-year-olds sitting there listening to their teacher. And I looked, and then I looked again, and I thought, their desks, their school desks, they were made out of beer cans, glued together and with a wooden board just put on top.
Right.
It worked. They sat there and they learned, but they had to make do with material that they had.
Yeah.
And for me, it was the most incredible experience of my lifetime.
Right. That sounds like incredible. Where people take what they have, which is what we should be doing, isn't it? What we have, instead of buying consumism, buying things that we might not need, you know what I mean? Just recycle, be more environmentally friendly. And these people in Africa as well, they know the value of things. If you didn't know, I am as well, I have heritage from Africa, Caribbean. I am Caribbean and Spanish and African. So I have all the mixes you could imagine. And I have lots of friends as well as coming from Congo and Africa, different parts of Africa. There is talented friend of mine that's leading a dance group, and she's bringing the culture and the dance. Her name is Plamedy, and she's doing this amazing work in the city of Cardiff and surrounding areas by bringing the culture from Congo and in Africa, dances from Africa as well in here. And you can see the joy that people will receive, the joy that people will interact with, the joy that people will kind of receive in their hearts after every single lesson. And I know that there are many people here in the UK and all across the world from the Africa that we know. And they are as well like so joyful, grateful, hardworking people, honest as well, humble. And that is just a fresh it's like a fresh splash
It is.
around our experiences, because sometimes we get so caught up because this city, which I love, this UK, which I love, is full of, let's say, technology. And sometimes we forget that we have to appreciate what we have as well. Welcome technology, new technology, but as well as appreciating what we already have. So I know and I feel what you're saying, that you were crying every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Seeing grateful, being grateful from another point of view, if you will say.
Yeah. We hiked through a quarry in scorching heat, 34 degrees.
Oh man.
And it was a hard hike, and we were literally halfway through the African mountains. There's nothing out there. And halfway through we heard singing, and we thought, what is this? And under the rock in the shades in the middle of the quarry were 10 children. 3
And
years
children
old,
singing.
10 years old, 6 years old.
Oh,
And they
wow.
were singing, and I just said that I couldn't stop. The tears were just flowing.
Oh.
It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Oh, wow.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I bet. And you know what's beautiful? Children, they are like little adults. You know, they are not the children that, oh no, they are children, we're not gonna listen to them. No, they have such a power, such a soul power, that they are considered there as well, like little adults.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do things that one adult will do here, which make them stronger than average adults.
Yeah. Very true.
Anyways, Steffi, let's continue with